on who wins, but how the political process, what led to the winning. That is going to be the focus for many people with this statement by the minister of the FCT. So now, is this going to strengthen political coordination in Abuja, or is it going to deepen the debate about democratic balance? So we are going to look at some of the, because of course a lot of reaction on social media. People are not, some persons are not in support of it. A lot of persons do not support the statement made by the FCT minister. So we are going to read, and someone says on X, from the comment from Everything Politics, says that when political leaders publicly say that they will deliver polling units by any means, or suggest that citizens should lose access to schools or amenities because of how they vote, that this is deeply troubling. It is deeply troubling when a political leader says openly, says that they are going to, by any means, whoever it is, you need to support this particular person for you to win. And if you don't support, you are going to lose. It is showing that the votes of the people, is it going to count? Because these are what people are looking at. So if I come out to vote for during the FCT council election, and I come out to vote, but then my candidate is not supporting the president, is not supporting President Tinubu, and he loses. And then with the statement of Wike, what am I going to believe? Is it that my vote did not count, or that the vote really, they did something against my own candidate because he was not in support of President Bola Tinubu? So this a lot of I'm going to take see if I can take more reaction on social media too, because people are not really happy. A lot of Nigerians, after hearing this, they're not okay. They're not okay with this statement that was made. And we have one here that says this, after this, I can open up the phone line to hear your contribution, what you think about the statement made by the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, and then we can move into the newspaper headlines for this morning. All right, so M. Khalid on X, responding to the statement, says, Wike's statement about blocking any candidate who doesn't support Tinubu in the FCT council election raises serious democratic concerns. Public officials are meant to serve everyone, not enforce political loyalty. Elections should be about competence and policies, not allegiance to one individual. So this rhetoric promotes exclusion and undermines fair competition. And it says it also risks weakening public trust in democratic institutions. All right, we'll take one last comment from social media, then we will take your own comments and know what you think about it. So this one is a bit long, but let's see. This one says, when a public office holder openly declares that his duty is to block anyone who doesn't support the president, he is no longer speaking like a Democrat. He's speaking like a political enforcer. The FCT council election is not a loyalty test to President Bola Tinubu. It's supposed to be about competence, service, and the will of the people. And he continues to say that if the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, believes his role is to determine winners based on allegiance rather than votes, then we are drifting from democracy into something else entirely. This is not about party, it's principle. So the state capture doesn't start with tanks on the streets. It starts with statements like this, normalizing the idea that power exists to protect itself, not the people. If election becomes endorsement of one man instead of the choices of the people, then what exactly are we voting for? Nigeria deserves better than loyalty politics. All right, so we have been able to take reaction from the social media, and from just these three, this is the three that was able to take from thousands of comments that people were making on social media, and of course, they are not really happy about what the FCT minister says. The candidates to be voted for to win should be about competence, should be about service, and not about being loyal to a particular leader. But then, what do you think about this? Is it okay? Like, because a lot of persons are saying, as a political public holder, office holder, you should serve the people, you should serve the Nigerians, and not a particular person. And this is not just to the minister of FCT, to every minister, to every commissioner, to every position you find yourself. You should serve the people that voted you in, and not a particular person. So the phone lines are open to hear your thoughts on this particular issue or comment, statements made by the FCT minister. So 0706 048 5853, 0915 570 8347. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome. Your name and your location.
This is Solomon from Enugu.
All right, please go ahead. Okay.
You can see Nigeria and our emperor himself on his comment. That is to show you that we are not even 2027. There is nothing like the election. They have concluded on what to do and how to do whatever they want to do. That is the only person that is going to support is the person that is aligning the president. Why is he doing an election? They have concluded the result or whatever. Some other people that are coming out for the so-called election, who is not, they made mistakes on their own, not minding the political party as he said. You are wonderful. We get you, I don't know how he talks, how he does it, or whatever that he's doing. It's this thing that they are doing. And he said all those things, nobody, not even the president or whatever, called him to order. And he will do it as he says. You will see that the defense, you will see what will play out. He will reinforce it as he said it. And nothing will happen. We will be there. And we will see the election. From there, they will be controlling everything. From there, the 2027 election will come. And they will tell you that anybody that is not aligning with the president will by there. Good morning. Thank you. And God bless you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, the phone line to still call is 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. And we are live on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on High Voltage News. Like, comment, share the videos for others to be part of the conversation. Hello, good morning. Good morning, you're welcome. Your name and your location. All right, please go ahead.
Tell you that no need of voting on the 2027. Because let me tell you, whether you bring the electronic computer, said it last time, these evil people have already decided what they are going to do. I call them evil people.
Okay. Okay, your language, please. It's very important.
We are tired of these people. People to vote accordingly. Vote, choose the normal person. Choose person you like to vote for. You know what I mean by person you like to vote for?
Yes, yes.
They will not allow you. Even if you suffer be in the law, suffer everything which all the whole law, they will manipulate and do what they want. So what is the essence of why are we coming out to vote? It's not fair. The FT minister wants to talk about it. Without heaven comes down, it's because of the stick. But let me go through it up. The money when you don't carry, the stick when you don't steal. Running into Tinubu's shoulder is to hide itself. That's just what is going on. All these people, anybody of them that pick money, pack money, they run to the APC. road to school side. Do you still know them arrest?
Mm.
Mention any of them that is arrested. So that is what the problem we are facing. And Tinubu already is trying to make this country one party system. Why you feel like that? No, because some of them don't have anything to talk. When they say majority carry the vote, must have finished. So please, I think our help is the hand of God. I keep on saying it. It is the hand of God. God will deliver us. That's my statement. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so you too can join the conversation on 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. And you are listening to High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and talk about the issues affecting us as citizens of Nigeria. And we already know that the election, 2027 election, is almost here. It's almost here, and as at Friday, INEC said that they are proposing February 20, 2027 for the presidential election. Although there's going to be a sitting tomorrow, the National Assembly, they're going to be holding a plenary because they want to shift it forward instead of February 20. The sources say that it's likely going to be February 13th because of the Ramadan. All right, so we will take some reactions on maybe Wike's story. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. Your name and your location.
This is Abdulman Electric coming from the Finland.
All right, please go ahead.
Thank you. But it is unfortunate that all our politicians have sold their conscience to the devil. And none of them have a living conscience. And the conscience of the man is God. Those who say that there is no God representing any man here in Nigeria. It's only the poor masses that they does everything they do again. That was a man who has suffered this for 4 years. People did nothing. All the things he said will do, he did not do anything. He's serious, busy, and he's campaigning for another election, another policy. And good supporters, PK and the people anywhere of the election, they are giving order. Not to tell you that the change in this country is only in the hand of the Almighty. Yes. If unless for what our leaders, our politicians, those representing us are saying, there's no hope in this country. You are talking about the case, what about the city boys?
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
What about the city boys? And once someone will say they have one vote, we have one vote. Yes, they have one vote, we have one vote. We are talking, what we are talking about is the power of influence. People that can influence and they will through them or they will support people directly or indirectly. Because of them, they will support this man and this man will win next election and will still continue suffering this thing. After 4 years, another 4 years, you will step down and then we still continue lamenting, shouting, nothing is happening. Nothing is going to work out. It's not good though, honestly. And we Nigerians, we have to do something this time around. Let's get our PVC ready. If it doesn't work out like what Bishop said, everybody will refuse to go to the camp. I can't go here. Yes, that is what this time needs. Because even the Bible says that from the day of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God started from it. And it is only the Father to do things by force. If we Nigerians keep on sitting in our comfort zone, without taking any good steps to confront these people who have keeping in Nigeria under bondage for many years. And they are not being satisfied. Upon all the money they are being gathering every blessed day, they are not satisfied. They don't have pity. Nothing is troubling them. What they are interested in how they can remain in power, controlling our money, taking everything that naturally belongs to us, and the poor masses are dying. There is no road, no life, no health center, nothing to talk about in this country. Everybody is just very comfortable. It's now I beg all Nigerians to wake up. If you cannot get it through this, you can get it through protest. If you do endless protest, I know they will come to kill, but the people who survive will continue. But we will not keep on living in bondage every day. This is saving us by our leaders, our politicians. This is my take this morning. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, 0706 048 5853 0915 The phone lines are still open to hear what you think, your reactions, and contribution to what the Minister of the FCT said concerning the council election that we hold in Abuja. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I come back.
All right, please go ahead.
Please, sorry for asking this question. Please, you are our IC. Are you telling me that these people are they listening at all? Please, if I may ask, are they listening? Are they listening at all? Are they hearing at all? Please, if I may ask, are they just talk unnecessarily on radio? Are they not listening? Please.
Okay, all right.
Ask question. Are they not hearing? Please.
All right, thank you for that. All right, so the people are listening. That's the important thing that you need to understand. People are listening to what we are saying. But the thing about is about really doing what the masses want, or really doing, because a lot of persons are talking, but the action behind the talk is also what matters. And we expect our leaders to do better for the citizens and for Nigerians, because that is why a lot of Nigerians, this is why the platform is open for we to keep saying what we think should be done for Nigerians, the better thing, the right thing that should be done in Nigeria. So yes, they are listening and they are taking notes, but we hope that even with the note taking, that they do something with it, with our words, our reactions. All right, so the phone lines are still open on 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
It's happening on that contact.
All right, please go ahead.
I want to answer the last caller.
All right.
I want to tell him that these people is listening. If you think that these people are not listening, just speak any bad word against them. Honestly, forget about that. People used to cut off when someone wants to make a very, maybe say something that is not good, and will be cut off from the air. But if we can be able to say all those things in our mind the way we want to say it, they will find us. They will find you no matter where you are, for you to know that they are listening. They are definitely, they are listening very, very well. But they have sealed their heart and made up their mind that they can never be useful to us. Honestly, they are listening, and they should know it that we Nigerians are not happy. Anybody who is in this country that says he's happy, I don't know where he's getting his happiness from.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so the phone lines are still open to join the conversation. So while we wait, we are going to look at the newspaper headlines. Let's see the top stories on today's papers. All right, so before we do that, let's take this one more call before we enter the newspaper headline. Hello, good morning. You're welcome. Please go ahead.
About one of the points that the last caller now did.
Okay.
Let me respond to him by telling him categorically that I, Obatosu, is not afraid of dying in the hands of our politicians. On one hand, on the other hand, the Bible says that person that is so afraid or afraid and terrified of him or her life, that such a people, they lose their life. Those ones that they doesn't bother themselves about the life. After all, the life in Nigeria is not building. How many times have I used this English word? Building. Now, coming back to the topic of when we can talk. Obviously, there was a question. Oliver the Cook asked people from. And I will tell you the question, give you the same answer they gave to me. But the person will say, what will we do tomorrow? People's Club will respond, and it's easy bad. That is when one wake up and he will sleep and wake up the following day, in cancer body, in health, that is where that person talk about what to do. If you wake up, you don't wake up with the cancer body, you wake up with the one with an symptom of one sickness or the other. Even if you have anything, you already plan anything, you can't execute it because you are down. Why am I saying all this? the last time that Tinubu was fell down for Tinubu fell down, but he didn't fell down Yakata for Turkey. If today fell down Yakata for Turkey, do you know what would have been the result? You don't know, but I will tell you, because history will always repeat itself. Buhari fell down, collapsed 2016 January. They brought them to UK. Tinubu died there. They carried Tinubu go bury for Saudi Arabia.
Please, not Tinubu.
Sorry, Buhari.
Okay,
Go bury for Saudi Arabia. Use his name, finish his first tenure. Use the same Buhari name, finish another tenure, his second tenure. Because of Nigerians are down. The level of our
All right. We will not use. You will not use that word on Nigerians. No, Nigerians. Okay. I'm here to make correction. Nigerians are not daft.
We have to say it the way it is.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Please ensure that you use the right words, because when you say Nigerians are daft, you are saying that everyone in Nigeria, every citizen of Nigeria, sorry, please, but Nigerians are not daft. They know what they are doing. Even the citizens know what they are doing. And recently, you've seen that there's been a lot of protests going on in the country. Even with the electoral amendment, there was a protest. So Nigerians know when it gets to when they are tired of something and they protest against it, they act against it. So please, let's mind the words that we use, especially against a very large population of people. Okay, so you can also join the conversation on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. All right, so this morning, let's take a look at the top stories on today's papers. Because of our time, let's quickly look at it. All right, we are starting with the Vanguard newspaper, and the Vanguard says 2027, this is on the page 15 of the Vanguard newspaper. 2027, Obi formally declares for ADC, vows to defy ballot rigging. 2027, Obi formally declares for ADC, vows to defy ballot rigging. And also we have El-Rufai on page 9 of the Vanguard. El-Rufai, Ribadu, bicker over alleged importation of poisonous substance. El-Rufai, Ribadu, bicker over alleged importation of poisonous substance. And also we have on the page 5 of the Vanguard, Electoral Act harmonization, reps under pressure to abandon compulsory e-transmission of results. Reps under pressure to abandon compulsory e-transmission of results. We have under it, we see empirical data guided our decision. Insists real-time electronic transmission of election results, not practicable now. So we also have why most NAS members may lose seats in 2027 on the page 8 of Vanguard newspaper. Maybe if you would like to find out why most of the NAS members may lose their seats in 2027, it is on the page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. And then I would like to take this story on page 12 of the Vanguard newspaper that says, we communicate movement of terrorists to security agencies, but okay, that is where that's stopped. And some points under it says terrorists can be defeated if these are really, you need to look into the story to understand what it's talking about. And then discusses massive infrastructure achievements. Reviews how state IGR moved from 90 million naira to over 5 billion naira in 30 months. All right, let's see if we can take more headline. Okay, more headline on the Vanguard says daily petrol imports declined by 42.2% to 24.8 million liters. On the page 22 of the Vanguard newspaper, Delhi petrol imports decline by 42.2% to 24.8 million liters. Okay, that is on the page 22. And then federal government spends 26 billion naira on moribund Ajokuta Steel Company on the page 21 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, so that is what we have on the Vanguard newspaper. And moving on, we are going to look at the Punch newspaper. And the headline says, emergency plenary, just like I already stated, that the National Assembly moves to shift the presidential poll to February 13th, 2027. So as at, like I said already, as at Friday, INEC proposed February 20 for the presidential election. But then the National Assembly is saying that it is going to affect the Ramadan. It's going to affect the Ramadan. So as a result, they want to move it to February 13th, 2027. So under this, you can read it up on the page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And it says, Senate House recall lawmakers from recess again, and to review 2026 electoral bill again on Tuesday. That is tomorrow. And then presidential poll to hold earlier over Ramadan overlap. Presidential poll to hold earlier over Ramadan overlap. All right, so next we see Shetima leads federal government to Kano after devastating market fire. Federal government delegation to Kano after devastating market fire. Insecurity, lawmakers split over Ndume's support for U.S. troops deployment. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper, we see insecurity. Lawmakers split over Ndume's support for U.S. troop deployment. And then we have Tinubu's Adamawa's visit reignites Finitri's defection rumors. Tinubu's Adamawa's visit reignites Finitri's defection rumors. On page 8 of the Punch newspaper. And we see Kwankwaso returns from India trip amid U.S. sanctions threat. Kwankwaso returns from India trip amid U.S. sanction threats. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper. And okay, that is what we have on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Okay, one more headline says ex-INEC chiefs demand real-time results transmission at NAS panel meets. Ex-INEC chiefs demand real-time results transmission at NAS panel meets. Okay, that is on the page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Okay, so we are going to move to another paper on the Guardian newspaper. Let's see what's on this the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And it says, again, we see mixed reaction. Trail reported U.S. troop arrival amid fresh attacks. Mixed reaction. Trail reported U.S. troops arrival amid fresh attacks. Page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And also we see NLC alleges federal government planning to settle the boys with 3 trillion naira electricity subsidy. NLC alleges federal government planning to settle the boys with 3 trillion naira electricity subsidy. On the page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. We see Kwara governor under fire for campaigning under white terrorists raid communities. Kwara governor under fire for campaigning while terrorists raid community. Page 9 of the Guardian newspaper. And we see data shows 10-year capital funding gap in health sector. What do you have to say about this? Because a lot of reports says that the health sector has been underfunded. That is why you go to hospitals, a lot of things are not working. There are so many equipments that are needed in the hospital, but you go there, you do not find it. You see reports of people dying because they did not have, some of the hospitals didn't have MRI scan and all the equipment. And in the process of moving from one hospital to the other, someone loses their lives. So this is the report on the page 3 of the Guardian says that data shows that there's 10-year capital funding gap in the health sector. I mean, this is something that should be a major concern in the country. It should not be neglected. You know, the health sector, the education sector, it should not be neglected by the federal government, or any of the governments should not neglect them in their locality, in the states, in the local governments. The health sector should be a major concern in the country because people's lives are at risk. So they really need to do something about it. All right, PMS supply hits 63 million liters per day as consumption falls to 60.2 million in January. Okay. Still on the Guardian, we see port users pay more as NCS recreates multiple FX regime at 7% margin on the page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And lastly, still on the Guardian, we see AU Summit, Nigeria backs reforms, regional security measures. Nigeria backs reforms, regional security measures. All right, don't forget you're still listening to High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and talk about the issues affecting us as citizens of Nigeria. Please join the conversation by calling in on 0706 048 5853. Again, 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel on High Voltage News. Like, comment, share the video for others to be part of the conversation. All right, so we are going to look at another newspaper headline. And here we have the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun, and on the Daily Sun we see 2023 mistake won't repeat in 2027. This is by Peter Obi. Peter Obi says that 2023 mistake will not repeat itself in 2027. And step down for Tinubu, it is not Southeast turn. Umahi says that Peter Obi should step down for Tinubu. It is not yet Southeast turn. On the page 27 of the Sun newspaper. All right, what do you think about this? You can still call in and let us know what you think about what Umar is saying, that it is not yet the turn of Southeast. Do we do zoning in the country? Are we doing presidential zoning for a particular region? When it's time for a particular region, they come and lead. Because as far as I'm concerned, no, we are in democracy and we are voting a particular person, the person that we want to rule us. But for Umahi to say that, to ask Peter Obi to step down for Tinubu, that it is not yet time for the Southeast, I don't know what do you think about it? Is it really a right statement coming from him? Is it a right statement? All right, so Labour furious over 3 trillion naira bailout plans for power. Labour furious over 3 trillion naira bailout plans for power and claims money move to settle the boys ahead of 2027, demands reversal of privatization. Labour furious over 3 trillion bailout plans for power claims money move to settle the boys ahead of 2027 and demands reversal of privatization. On the page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Here we take more of the headlines that says, insisting on real-time transmission will plunge Nigeria into crisis. Senate says, insisting on real-time transmission will plunge Nigeria into crisis. Page 26 of the Daily Sun. Senate says, insisting on real-time transmission will plunge Nigeria into crisis. All right, so what do you also have to say about it? 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Your name?
Good morning.
You're welcome. Your name and your location.
My name is Daniel.
All right. Yeah. Well,
Um, thank you for speaking my call.
all right. Please go ahead. Mm,
See,
mm,
the APC government
mm,
have something they are common against 2027 election. So if you listen and see what is happening in the National House of Assembly, the Senate, and the Senate, you will see of them for not passing the new transmission election resistance. For them to not approve it, there is something. And look at what we can say.
mm,
And also look at what they mind was saying.
mm,
This thing should make the Nigeria the man to worry about 2027 election. This should tell them what is coming ahead. For me, the election have been done and dusted. Now, there is no political opposition that can fight this government now. You know that even the ADC have problems inside themselves.
yes.
Labour Party have problems inside themselves. Look at PDP also have problems inside themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you look at the defection that is happening in Senate House, defecting to this ruling party, and the same ruling party are making some comments that will keep you wondering that they are now making, have now relaxed tell Nigerians that what is happening. Since when I know that these governments have capitalized and they change everything and now both this Nigeria captivity, when the FCC minister starts building houses for the judges, resident houses for judges in Abuja, that was when they have captured everything because they immediately that thing started happening. What you hear them saying is that if you don't like if you don't like the election, go to court. If you don't like the election, go to court. Well, why who are you going to meet in court? Instead of admitting them, because for them to have this control of judges in their hands, they will now dictate for them what they will say. He that dictate for the bypass. So that is the thing. So that is the reason why all these shenanigans that is going on now, everything. So to my own submission this morning is this, that if Nigerians can come outside, just like what Iranian are doing, and say no, it's not even when the election comes. They should not allow this election to come and say no in strict that no, this government done and dusted. We don't want them. Even for them to appear in the election paper, we don't want them. Don't even come out to say that you're voting. Just come out and do a nationwide protest. Forget about the tribe. Forget about the Hausa that are doing Yoruba refuse, Igbo refuse, or Yoruba is doing Hausa refuse. But stand all of them because this regime affected everybody. There's no particular regime. There's no particular tribe this regime favors. But all of us are crying. Everybody are crying. Then we will now sit back again and waiting for another election to come. Probably you tell me I will come now, bring my BBC and go and vote again and vote. While they have everything in their hands. Who appointed the INEC chairman? It's the president. Now, will he not favor the president? Will he now favor the president? When appointing the INEC chairman, what he appointed the INEC chairman? What is the agreement behind the Nigerians who appointed the INEC chairman? Before they pass the electoral bill, that has happened. And we look at them passing the electoral bill, have now trying to put the one that we favor them, to put it in bucket and hold it tight. Because if the election is done transparently, my dear, look, let me tell you, from the upper chamber to down to the lower chamber, none of them are going back again. Because we now see the effect, the positive effect. Their legislative duty is done in the life of Nigeria. That's the reason why this whole thing. Look, I'm telling you now that I'm writing something that the election have been done and dusted. Except the revolution and the protest that we hit the street either for 1 month and 15 or 1 year. And look, the good thing about it is that the American soldiers are now in Nigeria. You understand?
Yes.
The American soldiers are now in Nigeria. And the Nigerians can use this advantage of them being in Nigeria now and do this protest and say no. You will see that like that shooting, like what happened in October, answers in Lekki, will not repeat itself again because international community is already in Nigeria now because of the terrorist work that is happening in the north. Understand?
Yes.
And you see the American soldiers now, the white crowd, because of their eye in Nigeria, can send their soldiers to protect the masses. And the states are giving that they will use because of the fear of the American soldiers and the eye of the world power that is in Nigeria, and to maintain the justice of not shooting sporadically or shooting recklessly.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right.
That is the thing.
Okay.
So do not forget that anybody working on voting, I'm telling you, that person don't know what to do. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, because of time, our time is already fast spent. This is where we are going to be ending it this morning. But as you can join us again tomorrow by 9 a.m. here on 104.3 FM for more of the news, for more of the analysis, and for more of your voices. Thank you once again for being part of High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM. My name is Odeline. Have a wonderful day ahead.